Hey guys, so this is the third modeling session on this, and I still haven't decided what I'm doing with this foot yet. Off camera, I used this and booleaned out a curve in the side of the foot just to see what it would look like. It was kind of cool, but it's not quite what I want. I'm not for sure yet anyway. So what I'm gonna do for sure though, I'm going to copy these two parts right here. I'm going to set the origin to the geometry of those. I'm going to shift D to copy those. Go from a side view. They go the opposite direction. Oh, okay, that's awesome. I just want to move them up. At least they go up in the same direction. Okay. So what I'm going to do with them, they're each slightly off, but it's okay. I'm going to put them. I'm going to put them over this thing. I'll probably remove that original peg. These look cool there. I want them on both parts. Kind of makes it look like a toy, but it's kind of neat. I just like the way it looks. And that's what this is all about. It's all about making something that looks cool, right? There you go. Okay. Yeah, that definitely looks cooler. Okay, so the foot. I'm still really at a loss on this foot. So, I think what I'm gonna do with this foot is I'm thinking I might build an entirely new foot and check it out. Okay, I'm not entirely new. I'm gonna leave this parts I like. It's this and that part's not even bad. It's the rest of the foot. This part that I might replace. So I'm gonna undo the moving it. I'm gonna find it on here, which is right here. I'm just gonna close it so you can't see it. Then I'm going to take a couple different parts and make a new one. Now I know I've got pieces laying everywhere around here, just spare pieces. I don't need them. I'll save this one. It's always good to have a... Oh yeah. I always forget that the geometry has to be reset on these things. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Still set on some weird geometry thing. Set origin. It goes the opposite way of what it's supposed to do. Okay, whatever. We're just gonna randomly get it out of the way. I don't even know how to move it anywhere. I should just delete it. Because geometry's so screwed up on it now. I have no need for it anyway. Alright, so what about this piece? Alright, this piece moves normally. Alright, so what I want to do, I have an idea how I want to make a new foot design for this guy. And to do it, I need a rounded cube. I need a rounded cube. And music's probably too loud again. Okay, turn it down. Alright. So I'm going to scale it skinny. I don't want it thick yet. I don't want it... That's actually still too thick. A lot skinnier. I want to make it shorter. And I want to rotate it. And the music's probably loud. do like it, but it's loud. Alright, so I'm going to rotate it on the x-axis, yeah. 90 degrees. Alright. Once again, like everything else in this thing, I'm kind of freestyling it, so. Alright. I'm going to scale it. Definitely skinnier in this direction. Okay. So what I want to do with it now, I want to tab into edit mode. I'm going to hit 1 for vertices. Grab these vertices. Okay. I'm gonna scale them in. I didn't get them all. Oh, that sucks. Because I didn't have an X-ray. That would help. Let's get them all. Just like Pokemon. Get them all. So ever think that Pokemons are going around minding their business, and this Ketchum kid comes up and just like takes them prisoner? No one thinks about this. How inhumane Pokemon really is. These things are living their lives, being happy, whatever, doing their thing, and here this Ketchum kid comes and just starts enslaving them. I don't know, man. Just seems wrong to me. I've got a plan for this, if you wonder what I'm doing. Bang. Bang. Bang energy drink. Hit 3 or click this little thing for faces. Grab all these faces. Perfect. Z. Scale. Oh, what? Z. Scale the faces. Pull them back. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay. Alright. So it's kind of an interesting little piece of stuff there. I'm going to hit Control R and put another edge in there. Edge loop. Over here on this side. Oops, I'll undo that. Get it really close to. I don't want it. There you go. Bam. Alright, put one over here. Control R. Get it really close to the edge and leave it there. Alright, that's so that I keep that nice crispy edge. That's what I wanted to do. I need a crispy edge there. Alright, so I got that piece. The whole thing. Go to object mode, tab. I'm going to scale the whole thing down a little bit. Then I'm going to make another one. Add mesh. Why do I keep losing that thing? Come on, buddy. Use your brain. There it is. There it is. I got it. Got it. Shrink it, man. Shrink it. Shrink it. Shrink it. Make it smaller. Shrink it down. smaller. Okay. Let's move it. Let's drop it down. Move it over. Drop it down. Move it over. See where it's going from the side. It's funny, it looks like it's right there on top of it, but it's actually not. It's so far away from it. There it goes. Now it's actually on top of it. This is what I wanted to do. Okay, so now Z. Tab. See-through. 1 for vertices. Scale those in. Again. Yeah, I do want to scale them in. That's fine. Let's scale it. That's fine. Right there. All right, now, tab. I want to make it wider, but not as long. Okay, it's part of the design. Now I gotta go to tab, vertices, grab them, scale those in a little bit. Probably should have done it in the first place, right? Okay. Top vertices. Move them down just to make that thing get thinner as it goes forward. All right. Tab. Okay, so I got 2 parts of my design. Like I said, once again, kind of freestyling this thing. It's an idea I had, but sort of. It was like in my brain kind of idea. Which I think that's where ideas come from, isn't it? Yeah. You're like, you idiot. That's where ideas come from, your brain. You're 100% right. That's where they do come from. So that's good that this idea came from my brain. Three brain cells walk into a bar. 1 brain cell leaves. Alright, so that's bar humor. Alright, so scale this thing a little shorter. Right? Oop, wrong one. A little bit skinnier. Yeah, I'm digging on this. This looks cool. Okay. I like where it's going. So we got that one. It's more of a chicken walker, which is what I was going for. A chicken walker. But I want it to be a tank. But I want it to be kind of a chicken walker-y tank. Here we go. Look at that circle. Told you I was going to use it for something. I told you. I done told you. 0. 90. Oop, that's the wrong 90. This one's 90. This one can be 0 again because it doesn't really matter. Alright. Slide it over. Uniformly scale it down. Look at it from the side. Move it down. Move it up. It's going to be the pivoting thing. Yeah, see? See? That does look cool. There you go. I do like that. Now, it's not connecting with this yet, but that's okay. We can get there. We might be able to even take this whole thing. Nope. There you go. Slide it all. Oh, jeez, it's going to do that. Really? Okay. Let's see how many parts we can do at once. I love that the geometry just goes freaking nuts. Okay, well, we're going to do each part individually then. That's fine. That's fine. We didn't want to do your thinking all at once anyway. Okay. Yeah. You gotta admit, that does look pretty freaking cool. Let's turn off this thing. See, so we can put some parts in here to like make it look legit. Make it look like it's supposed to connect. Because that's the whole point. You gotta make things look like they're supposed to be connecting. You know? Not sloppily, but make them look like they're gonna connect. And so that's gonna take a little bit of maybe some gears and some divisions or whatever, but I like it. 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 Okay. So this piece, shift. No, you know what? I don't want to shift D that. Let's see what happens if I just make that one bigger. Like this. Then, let's see. I don't want it to show through the bottom. So, kind of like that though. Let's go straight on. Move it over a little bit. Center it. Center this one. Center this one. And by centering it, I'm eyeballing it, of course. So. Alright, perfect. I like it. Alright, so now, for the back, I could really just reproduce that. And build it for the back. But I think the back, I want it to go out to two sides. Like a tripod-y thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the front. But the back's going to have... Whoa. So I've got this unit, this mouse that has like a... It's meant to spin really, like, crazy on purpose. And it does. It fits in. So what I actually want to go, like, side and side. Same kind of design, but side to side. So, to do that, we already have this. So I'm just going to... Shift D that piece. Shift D it again because I'm going to make two of them. Okay. Shift D this piece. Shift D that piece. Okay. This piece. Shift D. I only probably need one of those. This piece. Shift D. And then Shift D. And then we're going to just make these parts work. Somehow. I'm not for sure how, but we're going to make them work. So this piece is going to go... So what you're seeing right now is basically I'm concepting this out. Now, technically I should draw it out and blah, 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 but I'm just... I'm freestyling it here because this is just for me, so I can freestyle it. Alright, so I'm going to turn it and figure out what kind of angle I need for it to go. And definitely it's got to be more of an angle. It's got to be more, yeah, backward, right? Because it's going to set up like a tripod. So down. And it's also got to come back this way a little bit, so like that. See what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong, it's pretty funky as far as it's pretty funky at the moment. Just put it that way, the way it connects. I'll figure something out for that, but I'm just basically gonna get the idea down and then I'll fine tune it. Okay, so now this piece, Shift E, and then I'm going to add modifier and mirror that piece so that it just does opposite. I could do it here. Actually, I could do it right here with fast sculpt. And where's it at? Does this get the mirror in it, or is it fast carve? Fast carve has the mirror. So mirror, and I want to mirror it in the z-axis instead. Wow, I made a whole thing. Let's undo that. Shift D. How many of these do we have? How many did we make? A lot. How many do I have of these? I think I have multiple of them. I can figure where they're at. They're right here. How many do I have? Just one? Round cube. Interesting. It sure looked like I made it more than one, but alright, whatever. I don't know. Okay, so I still want to mirror this thing. I still want to mirror it. Let's see, to mirror it. So I'll undo that because I think it keeps making a copy of it. So I'm just going to take it. You know what? I'm just going to old school rotate it. It's not as cool as mirroring it, but me and that mirror command are not getting along, obviously. Okay, so I'll figure out some other way of connecting those, but I like what's going on here. So this is going to be, so if I was up above it, I think this one's got to come back a little bit. I better go below it instead because, wow, I think that actually worked. Sort of. Sort of. Pretty close. I'm pretty freaking surprised by my... Dang, I got that pretty close. Huh. Interesting. Okay. So the back ones wouldn't be as big. Does that make sense? I guessed on that rotation. Let's look at it. Okay. It's definitely getting there. Almost. Once again, it's got to be smaller. Skinnier. Probably not as long, but definitely it's got to be skinnier. Yeah, than the front one, because it's a, you know, it's a side balancing thing. It's pretty good. All right, and I'm kind of tempted just to copy this too, if I can. Shift D. Didn't work, did it? Or did it? Nope, didn't work. I hope it didn't anyway. Let's see. Nah, it didn't work. Okay. Let's try it again. Shift D. That one worked. These are the right size, so I don't have to mess with making sizes correct. Does that make sense? I can just throw away those other parts in a minute. Okay, so, oops, I grabbed the wrong one. No, I didn't. So now this one is going to rotate. Oh, that looks better than... I'm going to fix that one now. It looks like it's by it, but it's nowhere near it. There it goes. The blue one. And then the green one to go down under it. Oops. Alright, I was doing pretty good at just eyeballing it from a distance, but sometimes you really just gotta get in there and do it. Really look at it. Yeah. Okay, so I think right there. Now I'm kind of thinking that it needs a little bit of like that, yeah, just a little bit. There you go. Just that was probably way too much. Take out a little bit of it. There you go. All right, I like that. So, but now it's gotta go this way a little bit. Okay. There you go. Now, yeah, no. Boy, that depends on the angle you look at it, whether it looks good or not. All right, so there's that. All right, so I think that works. Okay, so this one needs to be fixed now. So this one, I want to rotate it enough to match up with this thing, like the other one did. And I think it's because the other one was down. My kids are in the other room screaming like crazy people playing video games. so then we don't need these 3 pieces. Oops. Just delete those. Alright, so I like that foot better. It's a little bit smaller, possibly the back pieces, but I definitely like where it's going. So I think what we'll do is take these 3. I don't know if we'll be able to uniformly scale them. We can try. Whoa, worked. Surprising. And then uniformly slide it back. Okay. Yeah, that looks better scale-wise. Do the same thing with this one. Although I don't know how much I scaled the other one. I'm eyeballing this. I really should have paid attention. But I didn't. What not to do when you're modeling stuff. It's okay. I can fix it later if it's screwy. Whoa, that was screwy. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't try grabbing and moving it there. Instead, grab it here and just kind of move it like that. Seems to work. Alright, there you go. I think I scaled that one more than the other one, but that's okay. Alright, so those look good, but I have to figure out some way of making them look like they connect properly to... And this one does look smaller, doesn't it? Just a little bit. Just a little tiny bit. Just a little bit smaller. There you go. Now it looks even. Alright, so that I like that. I like that foot a lot better than the other one. The other one's bigger and clumpier and in some ways cuter, but like as far as like aesthetically cute wise, because I'm aesthetically cute, but I just like this foot better. Okay, so let's go with how to fix this thing up. So first thought on this is gonna be what if I had circles? Let's try that first. You know, like it's on a circle joint of some sort. I don't know. It's just an idea. I have no idea how it's gonna work. Probably won't. Scale it smaller. No, I don't like this song. I mean, it's okay, but I guess I could tolerate it for a minute. Alright. So it's not like a ball joint type situation. So I'll fix it a little. I'll cut it in half, but I want to get this part to look like it's coming out of it. That's the point. There you go. But does that make it stick out too far now for aesthetics? That's okay. It looks better because... Alright, so let's take this part now. I want to rotate it by 90 degrees. Perfect. Alright, so now I want to take it and I want to put it at the halfway point coming out of there. That's what I want. Yep, that looks good. Alright, so now I'm going to go into tab and I'm going to grab, oh, I better put on my x-ray of it. I'm going to grab half of it. I've got half of it right here. Okay. And I'm going to dissolve those vertices. Okay. Alright. Let's go to turn off this. Tab. It looks like I just gotta scale it a little bit to make it match up, right? And once again, I'm sure there's a lot of modelers that are yelling at me right now that I'm doing this all wrong. And I probably am. But you know what? I haven't modeled anything. Well, I have. I've been modeling lately. So I'm kind of like more or less relearning it. Okay, so I'll take this. Shift D. Here. And this time I'm going to rotate it in, yeah, 90 here. 90. Well, I guess I'm doing 180. 0. Perfect. And I'm going to back it up. Back it up. Back that thing up. Move it over. So it is in place as an end cap, if you will. Yep. Then I grab this piece, just like I did with the other one, and move it so that oh crap. Undo. Why won't this one let me move like the other one did? G. I just hit G to do it. I don't know why it wouldn't let me do it without hitting G, but G is the move activation hotkey. And sometimes you just can't get things to work without hotkeys. But there you go. So I got it on that thing. Now it does looks a little bit like more like how it could connect to it. It's still not that clean, but it's better. Okay. So I'm wondering, is it straight on? No. So the front foot is definitely higher than the back two. So G, and I'll pull them both down. Okay. And then I want to gotta move this one. G. You see why I had to move it? To get to inside that edge thing there. This one just a little bit. G. That way it's both coming out of the part of the sphere. Yeah, this one's got to go up a little bit. G. See, it was breaking the edge of the sphere there, that's why. G. Okay. That works. Okay, so now I just gotta make this one pretty right here. So, Shift D, and I'm going to scale it. Turn to the front of it. Scale. I probably. Let's see what it did. Oh, it actually worked. Okay. Alright, and then I want to do Shift D. Scale the copy. Straight on. Slide the copy over. Straight from the side. I'm not using the hotkeys because I want to use these little handles. And I find that sometimes when you use the hotkeys, the handles disappear for a minute. And like I said, sometimes you have to, as I showed you, you have to use those hotkeys sometimes. Okay, so we're trying to get this to do that. Like, that makes sense? So it's not breaking the edge of that thing. Okay, alright. And then I'm going to Shift D. And I want to move it instead of hitting G yet because I want to use this. Dang. How did it get off? I don't know, but it's okay. Huh. Okay. Alright, so this piece here, it has to come up just a little tiny bit because it's got a funky thing going on the side there. There you go. Got rid of the funky thing. Alright, so see the way those rings make it look cooler? Make it look like it's doing something it's supposed to be doing? Alright, so then I'm going to take Shift D, move it over. Now this time I'm going to go down with it. And then I'm going to scale it. I'm just, once again, freestyling it with it. See? Okay. Shift D. Or I'm not Shift D, I'm sorry. Scale it again. So it's going to be the thing that connects these things together, I think. But it's going to have to... it's sticking out the side of it. I don't want it to stick out the side of it. I can have it there, that's fine, but... So this piece... and this piece... are going to have to be... just a little bit wider. Just a little bit. I don't too wide because it ruins the design, but... Alright, so then this piece... gonna have to be a little bit skinnier. Just so this piece can be a little bit, just a little bit skinnier. And slide over just a little bit so you can't see it. But yet it sits next to that piece. There you go. I like it. I like it. Alright, so this piece, once again, just like I did with that one, just slightly skinnier. A little bit. And even slide it over just a little inky winky. This one, Shift D to make a copy, and then slide it right to there. There you go. Alright, it's looking like it's doing something that it's supposed to do. Okay, so here, yeah, Shift D. I'm going to use the blue arrow, pull it down. I'm going to hit the scale it in, come around the side of it, scale it smaller, move it in and up so it's right there. Scale it. It's just a design. I'm just putting some type of I'm trying to make it a design element in there. Okay. Oh, it's almost working. I gotta scale it a little bit more. Straight on. Just a little tiny bit more. Scale it. And come around the back. Scale it again. But longer so it sticks out on two sides. So to me, it looks like this thing. Something. Well, it's understandable if it's off because I'm eyeballing it all. So this piece. Just gotta go over just a little bit. And I noticed the toe thing is off a little bit. That's okay. That's fine. It gives it kind of a right and left thing going on. There you go. I like that. And then here, this shifty, just to make an extra hinge down here. See that? So if you look at the bottom of his foot, it looks like it legitimately like has some kind of functioning thing to it. All right. It has no tread, but I'm not gonna worry about that. I think that's okay. All right. So now here. Grab this one, shifty, pull it out. Rotate it in the X by 90. Yep, that's what I wanted. Straight on at it. Scale it all together. Scale it shorter. I should put a bolt. I should use a bolt instead of doing what I'm doing. I'm putting a peg in there, but I was thinking I should make a bolt. Put a bolt in there. Yeah, a bolt would look better. Scale it just a little bit more. Move it over. It's just a design element. Shift D. Oops. Shift D. Slide it up here. Grab both of them. Shift D. Pull them both up a little bit. Looks like they're slightly off. You can fix that. So this one goes a little bit forward. And just slightly over. Just a little tiny bit. This one probably comes forward a little bit too if that one was off. Okay, so it looks like Legos, but it works. So kind of pegs. Okay, so here, Shift D, slide it out. I'm just gonna freestyle rotate this one because I have to have it at a weird angle, and I'm not sure what the. Looks like it's at a 45 almost. It might be right at a legit. I could just probably for my own sake make this all at a 45 to make life easier. No. Why would I do that? It's not a 45. But it would have made life easier. It's a 37. That's the angle that this foot is at, so 37 degrees. Probably should have made it a 45. I'll probably regret not making it kind of standard or later. As I do with most things, I regret it after the fact. When it's too late, it's when I usually regret it. Sorry, I didn't mean to sneeze in your ear. Okay, so, yeah, this thing is funky, isn't it? What angle is this thing at? Interesting. Okay, that music is too repetitive for my taste. It's gonna be changed in a minute. Well, I'm busy. I don't have time to change it. So that's the only reason it's surviving. The only reason it's still playing is because it is... I'm busy. Too busy to change it. No, I can't take it. It's going. It's going. It went. It's done. I think a little bit more. Just a little tiny bit smaller. There it goes. Alright. Shift D. Little pegs over here. It's funny how the peg looked like it was in the right place, but was so not in the right place. Shift D. And those pegs are going too low, but it's alright, we'll fix that. That is 100% fixable stuff. Yeah. Alright, it's fixable enough that we can just take these both pegs. Let's see if I can get a best possible angle I can see them on. Okay. They're both the same height, so you guys remember they were copies. So let's shrink them down a little bit. Move them both up at the same time. It's still showing through. Yeah, a little bit. Let's shrink them even more. Shrink them to they're literally just going to be on the surface of this thing. I don't want them showing through here because they're longer, or they show you how like kind of it's off. They're just going to be decoration pegs, obviously. Well, nothing does anything on this thing. It's all decoration, but you know what I mean. There, you don't see them that way. There you go. Bam. And then I'm going to copy both of them. And Shift D them. Over here. Rotate them. And put them right there. That's weird how I was, to me it seemed like they were way up in the air, but apparently they were right above it where they're supposed to go. Alright, we got some pegs in there too. Alright, so now this piece, I want to model it a little bit more before I put one over there. So take it and Shift D, copy of it. Pull it out here. Scale it down. Go on the side of it. Scale it bigger. Not too big. But skinny, remember? Now, I didn't move it, so it should be on the same line. Yeah, it still lines up. See that? It looks cool. Now it looks like it's supposed to be like that. Alright, and I should have probably just made it longer. Make it stick out the other side. That would make, instead of making two separate ones, the most sense is what I just said. Like that. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. So there's that. Now still like this, but so alright. This one more time. Shift D. I'm gonna I just make one set of this stuff and then just copy it. Scale it down, but scale it longer so it sticks out. And I actually like it that way, but I could Boolean it. I could Boolean it in to make it inset, which always looks even cooler. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it, Shift D, copy it, slide it out. Okay. Take this one, slide this way. So, oops, took the wrong one. Just undo that. Take this one, slide it out this way. Now this one, I'm going to, well, what the hell? Let's see what happens. I'm going to slide it back in. Go up here to my fast carve. Grab the, grab eyedropper. Grab this one. Okay. So I got this one. I want to grab this. Select this one. I'm going to slice it. Okay. Now, as you know, well, I don't know if you know, but you will know, it leaves the insert in there. I don't know why it leaves the part in there, stuck in there. So, all right. So you see it's still in there, but I'm going to put this piece back in. All right, there's a reasoning. I've got a reason here. So I'm just going to undo sliding it out. I want to scale it so you can see the insert. Oh, scaled it too much. I just want you to see the insert. Oh, still too much. Really? Okay. Man. Alright, and then this one, I'll scale a little bit wider so you can see the insert. There you go. See? You'll still see in this piece in here. So, which is not what I want. I just want this piece. I want this piece to cover that piece. Put this piece bigger. Is it big enough? Yes, that's what I want. So Cindy now has an insert in there. Now let's make it look even cooler. Take this piece, which should still be in line with it because I didn't move it. Slide it back in there. All right. Come back around. Scale it down. Okay. All right. Re-click it. There you go. Now scale it out. So it should look like it has like a little, yeah, see the little inset around it? See that? It looks cool. All right, and this is the kind of stuff you want to bevel. So take this, add modifier, bevel, bam. Okay, and this piece right here, add modifier, bevel. All right. There, so when you bevel those kind of things, they look cool. All right. So this, bevel this piece, and then this. What happens if you try beveling that? Huh? Actually, kind of worked on it. Bevel it. Now that one makes it a little, makes them get wider. That's weird. This one looks scale-wise, maybe it's bigger. That's why. Scale it down slightly. Let me look at it now. Alright, so now, put down just a little bit. Alright, so take this one, slide it out just a little bit so that you can see the, scale it down to just a little bit because it allows you to see that little bit of beveling there on the edges. It looks like it's... Man, I didn't realize that was so much. Huh. There you go. Okay. All right. So what I might do with this one is I might actually union that together just so that it matches up a little better. And I can see that it actually needs to be a little bit, it's a little bit wonky. There. Alright. This one is too. But that makes sense because I copies of the same thing. Alright, so yeah. So what I'll do with those two is I'll probably go in and I'll put like a ring on there, and then I'll probably somehow figure out how to connect those. Alright, so this piece has got to go onto there, same thing, right? I'm going to save what I got. I'm doing here. File save. Save. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back. I'm going to take a break for a minute, come back, do what I did here to this, and put this over there. And then I'll come look at what else I can do to what. What I can do to what. What I can do to what. Well, I like it, though. It's looking really cool. Way cooler than it was looking, I think. Yeah, I like it a lot better. I'm also going to put some rings on this one to make it like this one. Alright. So, save it. I don't know why I save it again, but I am. Alright. And I'll be back.